Lyrics.
Lyrics are a set of words that make up a song, usually consisting of verses and choruses. The writer of lyrics is a lyricist. The words to an extended musical composition such as an opera are, however, usually known as a libretto, and their writer, as a librettist. The meaning of lyrics can either be explicit or implicit. Some lyrics are abstract, almost unintelligible, and, in such cases, their explication emphasizes form, articulation, meter, and symmetry of expression.
Etymology.
Lyric derives via Latin lyricus from the Greek lyrikos, the adjectival form of lyre. It first appeared in English in the mid-16th century in reference to the Earl of Surrey's translations of Petrarch into his own sonnets. Greek lyric poetry had been defined by the manner in which it was sung accompanied by the lyre or cithara, as opposed to the chanted formal epics or the more passionate elegies accompanied by the flute. The personal nature of many of the verses of the 9 lyric poets led to the present sense of lyric poetry, but the original Greek sense, words set to music, eventually led to its use as lyrics, first attested in Stainer and Barrett's 1876 Dictionary of Musical Terms. Stainer and Barrett used the word as a singular substantive, lyric, poetry or blank verse intended to be set to music and sung. By the 1930s, the present use of the plural tantum lyrics had begun. It has been standard since the 1950s. The singular form lyric still appears. Its present use, however, is to refer to a specific phrase within a song's lyrics.
Poems as lyrics.
The differences between poem and song may become less meaningful where verse is set to music, to the point that any distinction becomes untenable. This is perhaps recognized in the way popular songs have lyrics. However, the verse may predate its tune, in the way that Rule Britannia was set to music, and Did Those Feet in Ancient Time has become the hymn Jerusalem, or the tune may be lost over time but the words survive, matched by a number of different tunes. This is particularly common with hymns and ballads. Possible classifications proliferate, under anthem, ballad, blues, carol, folk song, hymn, libretto, lied, lullaby, march, praise song, round, spiritual. Nursery rhymes may be songs, or doggerel, the term doesn't imply a distinction. The ghazal is a sung form that is considered primarily poetic. See also rapping, roots of hip-hop music. Analogously, verse drama might normally be judged, at its best, as poetry, but not consisting of poems, see dramatic verse. In Baroque music, melodies and their lyrics were prose. Rather than paired lines they consist of rhetorical sentences or paragraphs consisting of an opening gesture, an amplification, often featuring sequence, and a close, featuring a cadence. In German Vordersatz Fortspinnung epilogue. For example,
Shifter.
In the lyrics of popular music a shifter is a word, often a pronoun, where reference varies according to who is speaking, when and where, such as I, you, my, our. For example, who is the my of my generation?
Copyright and royalties.
Currently, there are many websites featuring song lyrics. This offering, however, is controversial, since some sites include copyrighted lyrics offered without the holder's permission. The U.S. Music Publishers Association, MPA, which represents sheet music companies, launched a legal campaign against such websites in December 2005. The MPA's president, Lauren Keyser, said the free lyrics websites are completely illegal, and wanted some website operators jailed. Lyrics licenses could be obtained in North America through one of the 2 aggregators. Grassanote Incorporated and Lyric Find. The first company to provide legal lyrics was Yahoo. Quickly followed by Metro Lyrics and Lyrics.com. More and more lyric websites are beginning to provide legal lyrics, such as Song Meanings and LyricWiki. Many competing lyrics websites are still offering unlicensed content, causing challenges around the legality and accuracy of lyrics. In the latest attempt to crack down illegal lyrics websites, a federal court has ordered LiveUniverse, a network of websites run by MySpace co-founder Brad Greenspan, to cease operating 4 sites offering unlicensed song lyrics.
Academic study.
Lyrics can be studied from an academic perspective. For example, some lyrics can be considered a form of social commentary. Lyrics often contain political, social, and economic themes, as well as aesthetic elements, and so can communicate culturally significant messages. These messages can be explicit, or implied through metaphor or symbolism. Lyrics can also be analyzed with respect to the sense of unity, or lack of unity, it has with its supporting music. Analysis based on tonality and contrast to particular examples. Former Oxford professor of poetry Christopher Ricks famously published Dylan's Visions of Sin, an in-depth and characteristically Ricksian analysis of the lyrics of Bob Dylan. Ricks gives the caveat that to have studied the poetry of the lyrics in tandem with the music would have made for a much more complicated critical feat. Chinese lyrics, Sai, are Chinese poems written in the set metrical and tonal pattern of a particular song.
Riskiest search.
A 2009 report published by McAfee found that lyrics-related searches and searches containing the word tree are the most likely to have risky results from search engines, both in terms of average risk of all results, and maximum risk of any result.